Welcome once again to Really American. I am Michael Hayne. Now, if Marjorie Taylor Greene is herpes simplex 1, Lauren Boebert is herpes simplex 2. Like Garbagey Green, she's been kind of quiet lately. Lovely, love the silence and not having to hear that shrieking banshee, but ever since Looney Loomer came into the mix, the original batshit crazy twins, you haven't heard much from them. It's like this weird, sordid MAGA love triangle where one is trying to out-crazy the next for the love and affection of a psychotic, malignant, narcissistic, lunatic clown who doesn't know any of them even exist. Beetlejuice Boebert, if you say her name 3 times, syphilis will appear, apparently took time out of her busy schedule of posing with guns, getting into Jerry Springer-style altercations with her ex-husband, and went on X to criticize Tim Walz for having the audacity to not field a question about the serious and divisive and seemingly upsetting matter involving Israel and Gaza and that ongoing crisis when he was at a freaking Minnesota State Fair. Here was Bobo. Tim Walz ran away from cameras when asked about the 6 hostages killed in Gaza. We've got a presidential and vice presidential candidate who can't give an answer without their team crafting it first. God. That's not leadership. That's cowardice. That's not acceptable. Shh. Quiet, you. The adults are talking. You go back to kicking around in the syphilitic sandbox. You want to know what actually Boebert was referring to? Like why this was like their major gotcha moment, because they're just literally trying to throw and sling mud and hoping that something sticks, because they literally have been able to find nothing legitimate with which to attack Tim Walz. Anyway, here's a clip of him supposedly avoiding this major question regarding Gaza at a family event in Minnesota. Let's see that.
What's your reaction to the 6 hostages being found dead in Gaza?
All right. Thanks, everybody.
It's on.
Okay, what a stupid, obnoxious, totally inappropriate question to even ask at that event. That's like showing up to a kid's birthday party and be like, "Hey, Jimmy, hey, happy 6th. Let's talk about the killing fields and the Holocaust." Yeah. No. So Tim Walz actually did the appropriate thing, realizing that there was children and families around, and this was not the place. No decorum at all. Anyway, users on Twitter were quick. One user points out, the carpetbagger who ran from her own district because she was going to lose had something to say about cowardice? Good one. Oh, and this is an interesting point. I didn't even think about this. White dude for Harris points out, what if Tim Walz didn't want to misspeak in case, parentheses, and hopefully, hostage negotiations. And another user seems to share my sympathies. Liar, liar, keep throwing things against the wall and try to find something. LOL, 64 days. And let's face it, I'm fairly certain that Bobo thinks the Gaza Strip is a place where she can dance while certain men gamble. Her knowledge of pretty much anything beyond being an obnoxious troll, well, it stops there. What has she actually done in terms of addressing the ever so complicated and heartbreaking crisis that has been ongoing in Gaza? Has she actually, introduced any successful legislation? Has she legitimately tried to address the years-long enmity between Israel and the Palestinians? Does she have any knowledge whatsoever on that vast, complicated history? No, here's what she does instead.
So this is what the students here at GW University are facing each and every day. Their learning activities are being disrupted. Their finals are being disrupted. They have quiet learning times. Even at the facility, the law school students are the only ones permitted on campus during finals, and their learning and study time has been completely disrupted by this 2024 Summer of Love. And it's very disrespectful. We have Jewish students, many whom have approached me today, who fear for the safety of their lives by the comments that are being made. There are 7 students that have been suspended for trespassing, and it's time that Mayor Bowser gets aggressive in keeping safety here on this campus and the surrounding perimeter. This is something that must be addressed, and at this time, there has been... We bless Israel! are shouting, "Free Palestine." Well, let's see. I've seen signs here today. If you want to hear, I have seen signs here today that say queer and trans folks for liberated Palestine, gays for Gaza, from the river to sea, Palestine will be free, lesbians for Palestine, Chinese for Palestine, followed by all cops are bastards. This is not only disgusting. Not only is this disgusting, but let me be clear. Not only is this disgusting, but let me be very clear. Almost every single person in this so-called liberated zone would be eviscerated by the very terrorists you are standing here supporting. We stand with Israel. We stand for peace in Washington, D.C., and the mayor must step up and do something to clear this. This is not the summer of love, and we are not bowing a knee to the terrorists who caused the riots and chaos in our cities anymore. And if the faculty here, who many are involved in this right now, I had people proudly saying that they are faculty and not wanting to remove a Palestinian sign from the George Washington statue. If they don't want to do something to address this, well then kiss your federal funding goodbye.
Like Boebert needs a bullhorn. Like that's necessary. Pretty much like giving a chimpanzee an AR-15. Or, I guess a MAGA an AR-15. Now, that user on Twitter was apt to point out Boebert's actual cowardice. She literally ran away from her district, realizing that she probably doesn't have enough miserably uninformed rubes like her there to win. After all, in 2022, she nearly lost her seat, So realizing somehow, I guess somebody explained it to her with refrigerator magnets, that she's probably not going to win that seat, she took the cowardly route, instead of actually modifying her behavior, studying up on the issues, trying to introduce bipartisan legislation that actually helps out real life Americans in her district. No. She ran away from that district in hopes that she can secure re-election and once again continue the psychotic melodrama, manufacturing bullshit and nothingness to appeal to people who perpetually vote against their economic self-interest, MAGA land. I'm Michael Hayne. This is Really American. Be sure to subscribe to our page and check me out on TikTok at Mike Hayne Comedian. Talk to you later.